Hi, welcome to this Pi Day Pi Discovery activity, and I've included the link in the YouTube description below, and it's also, if you've read the blog, it's also in the blog. But basically, all you have to do with the link, and I'm just going to show you that, it's a URL, and all you have to do is, if you're working with students remotely, send them the URL via chat panel. If you have a Google document or a web page, you just put the URL there, and what happens is, and we're going to just show you, your students would just either click the URL or post or copy it into their browser, and when they hit enter, up pops the activity. So everyone can be working on this activity at the same time, which is kind of exciting. So this is an activity that can kind of go either way. If you have students at home and you want them to find their own circles, they can go around the house and collect circular objects, and the directions up here say, go to your house, collect them, measure the circumference and the diameter. And so a good way to do that is to get a piece of string and you measure around the circle as your circumference and across the center of the circle as your diameter, and they're going to collect the data. So they could do it with their own objects. So this works nice in a classroom if you actually are face-to-face again. Or if students are at home, they can go around their house and find things. That way you're getting a really nice wide selection of circles. And over here, you'll see there's a data table. So whether they're collecting their own circles or they're going to use the simulation, they're going to collect their data here. They're going to record their diameters and their circumference, and then we're going to talk about the ratio in a minute. So if they don't have objects, or you just want everyone to kind of do the simulation here, that's option 2. This is a pie that has a circle and a diameter in it that have been measured. So you'll notice that's the first measure in the table. This is a slider that is then going to let you control the size of the pie or the circle, if we want to think about it that way. So they can collect their data this way as well. So they're going to change it and they're going to record the diameter and measures that they have here. And I like them to collect at least 8 different sets of data. I'm going to not collect that many just for time's sake. I'm going to collect like 4. So we're going to do, I'll just do one more after this. So all they're doing is using the slider, which is a dilation slider, and it's changing the diameter and the circumference, and we are collecting lots of pieces of information, data. So if they don't have their own circles, they can do this simulation, which is a really nice way to do that. So again, I'm going to stop, but if students are doing this, I would have them at least 8. 10's a really nice number, but some more data just so that the points make sense. So they've collected their data, and then they're going to move down, and so they're going to notice that diameter, circumference. As the diameter gets larger, the circumference gets larger. That's a nice observation. But now we're going to have them look at the next section. And so this section here, and I have a really small chart here, but this section here is there a relationship between them? So we're going to make a scatter plot. So this kind of tells them, walks them through the directions for making the scatter plot. And it says, okay, whatever your data is. So remember, if students are doing their own data, they've all got different data. And this is sort of what you want. You want lots of different data. As a teacher, you could have a master table if you want to collect everyone's, but they're having their own chart, and they're going to select column A, hold the shift key down in column B, and you'll notice the statistics menu comes up. So we're going to choose graph, and it says hit the scatter plot. And so what happens is it creates, and we can move these. This is Classpad. You can move things around. It creates a scatter plot of their data. And so remember, they all have different data. And so the neat thing is, and you can zoom in, zoom out, is what do you notice about your data? So they're all looking at their own data, but hopefully they're all noticing the same thing. Wow, it looks like it's a line and it seems to be straight. So then you can have these great discussions about what does that mean? And if it is a line, could we connect it with an equation? And what would that equation be? And then maybe we need to figure out what's the slope, what's the ratio. So then that comes to the next section. And so notice down here, we have another table, but it exactly matches my original table. And this is a neat thing about, this is Classpad.net, is that if you use the same labels in a different position, different table, they're going to basically communicate and talk. So these are going to be the same. So then we're going to say, okay, so if you think this can be connected with a line, what's our next step? Let's see if we can figure out the slope. And this is where that ratio comes into play. And so this set of directions says, let's figure out what this ratio is. So use this calculate sticky. So I'm just reading the directions here, and define the ratio to be the circumference divided by the diameter. So let's try that. So we're going to write it exactly as we see it. And we're going to use the words. Notice I'm using the labels of my lists of my data, and I'm using the capitals. And when I hit enter or execute, watch what happens. I get a list in my calculation, and then I also get my table filled out. And so they'll notice, oh, well, that's interesting. Like all these numbers are really close. If we rounded to tenths, they'd all be 3.14. So what does that mean? And so now could you now use that number to help you write an equation? So then the next set of directions is to come up here and enter an equation that can fit onto your data using this ratio they discovered. So it's a really nice discovery activity. It's a lot of fun if they're using their own circles, because then they're all going to be very different. Now, keep in mind that if they're not using the simulation where it's kind of precisely measured, when they're measuring their own circles, there might not be a 3.14. It might be close. It might be 3.12, 3.3. So then that's where the simulation come in. We can talk about precision and measurement, those types of things. But the idea is that there is this constant rate relationship between diameter and circumference, which we call that magical number pi. So a fun activity to do. And again, the link is in the description below, and you can just share this and have students start working on it immediately. If you want to save it and you have your own account in Classpad, which is free, all you'd have to do is be in your account, and you click up here and hit duplicate, and it makes a copy into your own account. And then students could send you their work. If they have a copy, they just would then share their copy with you as their homework or their assignment, however you want to look about it. So have fun. Enjoy Pi Day.